So today we're going to be building a very big welcome back to Automation. So today we're going to be building a European style truck, and I know what you're all going to be like, oh, it should have a big V8 in it. But there's a very good reason we're not putting a big V8 in it, and that's because for next episode I have planned a big American SUV with a big V8 in it, because America. So the engine we're going to be putting today is a 2.2 litre diesel style engine, and I know what you're going to be like, oh, that's too small, but it's alright, okay? There's nothing wrong with a smaller engine. It's average, damn it! God. My parents are gonna hit me. Alright, but yes. Let's move on. We're gonna go again for the slightly smaller pickup style. I don't know why I'm reaching the screen, you can't see my hand. We could go for something bigger like this, but again, it's a European V8. It's a European truck, so we want something a bit smaller. So, panel material, treated steel, actually. Obviously light truck monocoque. Just steel for the chassis. We're going to want front long chisel. Let's not make that mistake again. Front McPherson. Perfect McPherson strut. That's exactly what we want for this front. And for the rear, we are going to go for a solid axle leaf. And the reason for that is quite simply, it's got high weight tolerances. It can take a lot. Unfortunately, though, obviously it doesn't handle well, but we're building a truck. So that leads us on to the engine. As I mentioned at the start, we're going to be having an inline 4. We're going to give it a nice cast iron overhead cam. We'll be kind with four valves ahead. That's instead of doing a dual cam, and we're going to stick with cast iron. Aluminium tends to have problems with injectors and spark plugs blowing out of it after about 90,000 miles. That's a problem they can have. So obviously we're going for reliability here. So there we go. Size of the engine, quite simple. What we're going to do is we're going to put the bore down and we're going to push the stroke up until we hit 2.2 litres roughly. Perfect. We're going to want, do we want 4x4? We may actually go for 4x4. So yeah, that should have absolutely no problem fitting in the engine. Bye. We'll go with that. Alright. Crank, again, cast should do it. We'll stick with cast for now. We may have to go to heavy duty cast. I don't really want to go forged. The reason for that is forged is harder to mass produce, and obviously we want to keep this as low as possible, being a utility vehicle. We'll keep all this normal. We will be putting a turbocharger in it. However, it's going to be a relatively small turbo, and if we set it to a fuel economy preset for now, we're going to want that torque down nice and low. This thing isn't going to rev fairly high anyway, so regular. Nope, we're going to want a three-way. We'll do a baffled and straight through. That should keep it relatively low. Yeah, as expected, pistons are like the RPM. That's fine. We're not going to be looking for too high an RPM anyway. We're going to want it to be able to bounce off that red line for quite a while, so again, don't mind what we do with this. That's not actually too bad. Alright, that's roughly what we're with. I tell you what, I will do a wee bit of this work to the engine, and I will bring you back when I'm done. Alright, and welcome back. As you can see, I've done a wee bit of work to the engine. I'm managing to get 210 odd pound-foot at peak, but it's coming in at about 2100 RPM, which is a wee bit later than I would have liked, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Again, it's not a big American V8, we're not going to get the low-end torque that we're looking for. But that said, the fuel efficiency isn't bad either. I managed to get a reasonable number there. For those of you who are interested, that's roughly the setup that I've done. If for some reason you are interested in that. And if I let you have a re-listen to this, I've listened to this actually, and I think it sounds quite nice. Yeah, you can really hear the turbo come off it, and I just think it's a nice sound. So, moving to the truck, what colour do we go for? We're obviously going to take this body here. We want the nice big truck bed for them to work on, and colour wise, I was thinking a nice blue, maybe a darker blue. chances are I'm probably going to take a bit of inspiration from the Ford Ranger, although that said, that could very quickly go out the window, but then again, you never know. Just give it a bit more cabin space. Yeah, I can work with that. We shouldn't make these too big, but we'll just give it a bit of flair, just add some shape to it. So yeah, you're not gonna let me create a little bit. So yeah, a nice blue, I'm thinking. Cheap plastic's happy enough for everything else. Alright, down to fixtures. What I'm going to do now is I want to create a wee bit more time for us to have a play around with this in Beam, and Beam takes up a lot of time for me to edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record here, and if anything interesting happens, I will cut to it. Alright, I have produced what is questionable at best. I'm not sure what it is about it, but there's something that looks weird. I think it's this piece here and this piece here. It looks like it's got a goofy smile and a big nose or something, and I don't really know how I would fix that, because I can make the lights bigger. That just makes it look dirt. Maybe hold it slightly. I don't know. But yes, that's what we're working with. So what I'll do is I will now switch to the back, and I will do the same. So I will be back again. Alright, welcome back. So, why don't I tell you what's happened? The original design was wherever the bumper bar's gone. I have lost the bumper. Oh, it could be in the tab label, bumper bar. So I originally wanted, obviously, a big bumper bar like this. However, the issue was, once we scaled it up, it done this, which isn't normally a problem. However, if we want the toe stuff, we're going to need a tow bar, which means it was behind it. Now, this meant that I had to try and build something myself. And yeah, if you close your... Oh, I just noticed that O's not level. How is that? Yeah, if you close your eyes and don't look at it, that's better. It's not actually too bad. But as for the rest of it, we added door handles, we've got mirrors, we've got an antenna, we've got a fuel cap, and we're going to stick with status. Again, this is a work vehicle, we don't need anything too fancy on it, it just has to get the job done. And now that I look at the back, I'm actually really starting to quite like the front of it. That's how much I dislike the back of this. So we're just going to ignore that. Alright, drive type, long controller 4x4. It's probably going manual 5-speed, I'd say. This thing is not particularly fast. We will bring up with a manual locking diff though. I think that might be a nice call. Yeah, we'll go with that. Switching on, we're obviously going to want radio. We're going to want... we sell the offroad? Yeah, that looks like reasonable tread. Yeah, we'll sell it with offroad tires then. Alright. Going to want to up the size of the tires. We don't want the tires to be too big though, because that will hurt its ability to off-road. If we bring out back a bit, space out a bit, there we go. I might do actually increase the rear size just to get a wee bit more weight on them so they can carry a wee bit more. I think I'm happy with that. Now if we switch on to brakes, solid disc in the front, solid disc in the rear. Off-road skid tray. Go for a standard basic CT, we don't need too much. Hydraulic, ABS, kind of standard, that just adds weight and does nothing in Beam. I think we're just going to want to go with go for that, and we'll stick it on a utility preset to see how that takes us. How are we looking? That's actually not a bad right height all considered. The time that goes into Beam, it'll probably sink a wee bit. Brake force is having problems. The rear tires are wide, that's alright. We'll be towing with them anyway. Cars might use issues with wheel spin, that's not a big concern. So brakes are really our only concern here. Yes. Alright. We push that up to about there. We might need to 3 piston in the front. No, I think I'll accept that. Pull the rears down a wee bit. Beautiful. There we go. Oh wow, brakes are tiny in this. Oh well, doesn't need them clearly. I think I'm fairly happy with this. The bikes. I don't like the bike. I've just got to be honest there. Let's pull the dumpers down a wee bit, and that's obviously for the off-road presets why they're up. Oh. Big boo-boo. There we go. Alright. Right, I will stop my rambling now, and what I will do is I will export this to Beam, and then we'll take it for a wee drive there. Alright everyone, welcome back to BeamNG.Drive. So as you can see, I have already hooked up the Jeep here to, or truck I suppose, if you want to call it like that, to a caravan, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to pull it up this hill. This is quite a standard test for me, for most vehicles that I build. So if we get started here, oof, that is struggling. Once we get that turbo, there we go. Once we get the turbo in, we're fine. I've just noticed the mouse is on the screen. Ah! Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, we're good, we're good. So yeah, as you can see, it's pulling it up just about. This isn't a particularly. Oh gosh, I shot that one, haven't I? Oh dear, oh dear. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. We're fine. Right. Oh, there we go. Alright, where were we again? Ah yes, trying to pull this thing up a hill. Alright, come on. Give me that torque. Yeah, the engine seems to die down at the bottom, but once you get past 2000 RPM, it seems to have very few issues pulling up hills. The truck itself, I realised as I was spawning in that we last episode built a light blue car as well, so I apologise for that, but I'm sure you don't care too much. Yeah, the truck itself doesn't seem to have too many problems pulling itself up this hill with the caravan. Oh look, there's a lot. Oh gosh, that was really bad driving. I apologise. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be having too many problems pulling this up the hill. So if we continue to take this for a wee drive, we'll see what it's like. Ooh, trim drop. Alright, just taking this thing for a drive, it seems to be doing fairly decently. It's happy enough on the roads, but if I find a nice sweet dirt track here somewhere, take it for a rally around here, and we'll see how she does. It's fine. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. That's not gone well. Alright. As we're cruising along the whatever this is, as my graphics card struggles to run it, it's doesn't seem to be having too. Oh gosh, doesn't seem to be having too many problems pulling the caravan along with it. In fact, oh, it appears the shrub has stopped us. That is important. That's not a rock. Is it a rock? I don't know. My graphics card is dying. That is definitely a rock. Maybe I'll pull this up a little. So it would appear that we're no longer properly attached, but that said, it doesn't seem to have any issues. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Get yourself a torque band. There we go. And flying again. So yeah, I have to be saying I quite like this actually. Oh. Ah, weight reduction. It'll be fine. Yeah, gosh, this thing does not handle anymore. Oh. Yeah, well. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere now. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. Is that us? We're mostly loaded in now. Alright. Alright, welcome back. You join me in the grid map because I want to have a go over here and see how well this thing will do in different sorts of terrains. And we'll probably finish. Alright, welcome back. The computer was not too happy there and pretty much died. I checked the recording and you were getting about 1 frame every 22 seconds or so, which is quite difficult to watch. So instead of providing you with a slideshow, we're going to try this again. So I'm going to get started. This, we shouldn't have too many issues getting our way through this here, I say. Yeah, now we're in the torque band, we should, yeah, we're flying. Alright, this poses pretty much no threats to this truck at all. This truck, I can tell you, is pretty darn decent for all it is. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, again, we shouldn't need, I know why we were struggling. I'm being silly. Alright, now with the diffs locked, yeah, as you can see, this thing just, it doesn't really care about smaller stuff. It's barely even an inconvenience to it. It seems to be pretty robust too. You can detect quite the pattern. Yep, there we go. Now, this is where I started to have issues last time and needed the low range. But we're going to try again without it, although I have a feeling it just needs to... Yeah. Let's put it in low. Right. Yep, and now we don't have an issue. Oh gosh. Yeah. Once this thing goes into low range, it's nigh on unstoppable. Yeah. And it's, as I said, it's pretty darn close too, so it will take this pattern without any issues. Yep, there we go. Barely broke a sweat. Alright. Now, for a final test, if we don't look in that direction, we might get some frames. We are going to attempt to make it up this. Although that said, last time it didn't really go too well. The biggest issue we have is, yeah, this, it doesn't seem to have the traction to get itself going up it. Maybe if we can catch the rocks. No. Yeah. I thought it was switching. Right, there we go. Okay. Thank you. Somehow, oh no, nope, that wasn't an issue for it. Alright, where's the way though? Right. Easy peasy. Titty squeezy. Right? Except not at all. Oh no. It wasn't a problem for this. Alright. Yeah, this thing will skip through mod like it's not. Yeah, once you lock the diffs into the range, it just doesn't care. Like, look at that. So yeah, my opinions on this truck. The back's a wee bit meh. It's grown on me since, and don't mind it. I still would have preferred the original bumper bar. The front I really like. The colour suits it, even if it is blue again. And the way it drives, I really enjoy. Maybe not the best truck for towing, but when it comes to just fun around the countryside like this, or driving through a field, which is, to be honest, where a truck like this would be used mostly, it's pretty good actually. I mean, it'll pull you through most muddy areas and that's really all you're looking for. It's not an extreme off-road truck at the end of the day. And it serves its purpose really well, so when all said and done, I like it. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, oh gosh, I will see you in the next one.